So, what we are working on today, of course, everything looks freaking crooked in here. So, what we're working on today is I have been working on a new product to make things look nice and glossy. It's still under experimental stages, so, but hopefully we can find a use for this in the hot industry. And let me go. Hey, Mixcare, what's going on, bro? This is how I get you hooked up on the computer here, and so I can see your comments a little better. But I figure I'll try to come on and share that with you. Hopefully, I can get it through its experimental stages and put it on the market. As you can tell, I'm always prepared. Alrighty, this might work. So we don't die. Got stuff on my fingers. All right. All right, so I ain't got an internet connection. The internet's been really crazy here the last couple of days to try to do any kind of lives, but like I said, I wanted to come on and what is it saying that? I think I might be too far away from the Wi-Fi. Hard to tell. Anyway, see what we can figure out here. So I'm in this big ass building and the internet acts stupid sometimes, so it's hard to keep up with it. Anyway, sorry, I ain't got no service. I don't know how bad this looks, but anyway, guys, what I'm doing is I'm doing a new setup. And this is kind of where I hope to do a lot of my videos. Of course, some of the bigger stuff I build, you're not going to be able to see. But this here, I can probably do, with a little bit of a background. Let me know if you guys think I should leave the zombies or take the zombies out and leave my corpses in the back, or take the corpses out and leave the zombies, or kind of how you want to see it. I just got them stayed here for now out of the way. Anyway, we are developing a new product, which you guys know I've already got some new products coming out. I'll show you them. always have a can of Sunkist around to drink, so have that. Anyway, here's our products we're coming out with, which we got the new Monster Blood. That'll be ready to rock and roll at Fear Expo in March. We got some Monster Snot. So that's the 8-ounce bottles. What we're going to sell them in is 8-ounce bottles, make it easy for everybody, and plus it gives you enough to, tinker with. And there's that. Got a little flip top cap. And so with that being said, I think I've got about 5 collars right now, and we're going to put some more in the market, and then our clear. Now this is still under experimental stages. This is our clear. It is crystal clear even in a bottle. So, man, if I miss your all's messages, I'll apologize, but I'm trying to get you online here. But this is our new clear. It is crystal clear, like I said. And we're going to, like on the corpses and stuff, I don't do everything in clear unless it's in the gut area. So I want the gut area to be a little bit more shinier than the rest of the corpse, because the skin, part of the skin, you can put some clear on it and it'll be fine. But some of it, I just definitely want to brighten up that gut area with crystal clear stuff. So this skeleton here, unfortunately, he's going to be our guinea pig today, and we're going to experiment on different parts. We're going to do it on the bone. We're going to do it on the chest where we put his skin on. And I've already cleared a little bit in the gut pile, but I want to add a little bit of this on there because it is a little bit more shinier, just to see how much more shinier it is. I've used some different stuff in the past, and although it works, I wanted to try to develop my own. So, if you guys ever try to figure out anything like this, like making your own bloods, it is a pain in the butt. You will spend thousands and thousands of dollars to develop a blood or a collar or anything that you're working on, trying to hone it in to where it can go on to latex, it can go on multiple surfaces, and also getting the collar right is another pain in the butt. So, and trying to figure out what will go with each product. I guess you're working in like a biology class or something, but it's fun to do. So with this here, we're going to put some on his guts, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. And we'll put some on the chest. I hope y'all can see that okay. But as you can see his chest, how dull it is, we want to brighten that up. Like I said, this is going to be my guinea pig corpse. And we appreciate you, Henry, for stepping up to the game and letting us experiment on you. This also, too, guys, can be sprayed through a airbrush. Yeah, I think my internet's up. Let's see what we got going on. We might be in luck. It said you can't see it on your phone. It's kind of weird. You'd think you could, but oh well. Hey, I think we got it. I think. If everything comes up. If everything comes up, it might be okay. Except for the messages ain't coming up. That's fine. Anyway, we're gonna try this. Hopefully you guys can see this dull looking stuff on the chest. And we're just gonna squirt a little bit on here and see how it turns out. Now this stuff is not water-based, so, and it does have a smell to it. So keep that in mind if you want to buy some of this. It is a little smelly, but man, I'll tell you what, it really shines up really nice. So hopefully you can see that. Let me get a little closer to you so you can really see it. And this is the way it'll dry too. So you can see how shiny that is. The other side. Here, let me do this. There we go. So this side is just it's not clear coated at all. This side is. So, and the guts in this one here is actually, I think, ×2 clear coat or whatever it is in Home Depot. It is shiny, but you can see how much shinier that is. And that's what you want. Even though it smells kind of crappy, it's not real bad. I kind of enjoy the smell of it. But like I said, this is in experimental stages. It's not, I haven't decided whether to put it on the market. When I do something like this, I've tried on probably 100 different textures and different things, you know, that probably would use in the hot industry and see if it's gonna work for that or not. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you start playing with stuff, just keep experimenting until you come up with something that you like. Doesn't cost a fortune. Unfortunately, some of these products do cost a fortune. All right, so I done showed you the guts, and we're gonna put a little bit in the guts. Is all I'm gonna do is brush it on, just kind of so it's not. I have a mess of airbrushes and stuff here to mess with, but I kind of wanted to show you this stuff here. So, you know, you can do this without using an airbrush. Now you can thin this stuff down. I would use a little bit of some part of like lacquer thinner or something like that to thin it with. Like I said, it is not a water-based product. I'll show you here in a second. Let me see if I can see your messages now. Hey, there you are. All right, came up. Let me see if I can get up here and answer you guys' questions. John, the new bloods and stuff, they're not paints, they're bloods. Of course, well, I guess you can call them paints if you want to. If you want to sell these, just reach out to me on Facebook or send me a direct message. I think my phone number is probably everywhere. Or send me a text message or whatever, and I can get those shipped out to you. These are, I think they're $15.50, $16 a bottle. I can't remember. I have to go back and look because I haven't really paid too much attention to the price of things. Just been making them, and they clear. the clear will probably be around 25 bucks for 8 ounces, which, you know, this product is pretty expensive to buy anyway, and to get it mixed right and get it into the bottle to do everything that we want it to. The stuff gets expensive, but it's kind of where that is. Just reach out to me. Hopefully, I'll have my website going on before too long, which will be monsterxmisfits.com. And I'll have everything up there as soon as I get the guys fix that for me. It's been in the making for about a year or so. Hey, Happy New Year, brother. Thanks, Devil's Game. Appreciate it. Yeah, I need to do something here because I'm on one end of the building and my router is on the other end. So, no. This here is it's a flexible. If you're talking about the clear is a flexible clear. It will not cloud. Let's see. Let me see if I can find some. But no, it won't cloud if it gets wet, and it's non-yellowing. So that I like that about it, because I don't like, you know, yellowing coming on to my products after I've done use it. Let me see if I can find that thing that I shined up and I can show you guys. If I can find them. Let's see, do I have the other one? Okay, this is the clear I'm using right now, and it's dry. I did this probably a month ago, and you can see how shiny it is. Now I've made 3 of these, and I took and I used a couple different products to make it shiny. I've used 2X on it, and I've used like a polyurethane, and those did leave a white haze on this. So whenever you go to brush it and you see it start whitening up, unfortunately, that's probably the way it's going to end up being, is have little white spots in it. And nobody wants that. So I used the product I'm using now, and there's no white hazing whatsoever in that. So these are just little stupid things I did just to be playing around. I figured, you know, it'd be a good little practice thing to use my bloods and use the shiny stuff on. So, you know, as you make a little bit of things and you experiment with it until you figure it out. Hopefully you can see that okay. Yeah, there's no whitening in there. Let me see if I can find the other one. I got 2 of them. Let me see if I can find the other ones, and I can show you the difference in them. That way you can see what I'm talking about. Let's go figure out what I did with the ball. Okay, here's a different one I did with product shine. I mean, it looks shiny, but compared to this one, it's really shiny. So even though they look similar in the video, they're not by eye. You can tell the difference in the shininess of these. So it's a pretty cool little product. I'm not saying nothing else can't work. I'm just saying that I want some shine. Like I said, this stuff doesn't smell the greatest, but it works good as far as the shine goes. There is a couple more products that I will be testing. It's like the bloods I'm making. So is this the final stage of my bloods? Probably not, because I'm always experimenting to make a better product, and how do I make it more better. That's what I'm looking for, more better. So you always, don't be just satisfied with a product that you did, but you always want to do more better. And finding, with all the mixtures and stuff that you got to go through, and being able to find a product that you can use and mix all your chemicals and stuff together, and your colors and your bottles and your labels, and make an affordable product that you can sell out to everybody. That's the hardest part, is making it affordable. So on these bottles here, once I actually market and sell them, I might make 59 cents, 60 cents off of each bottle of this blood stuff. So it's not like I'm gonna make a lot out of these. But I know there's a lot of bloods, and like Permablood's one of the biggest names out there. There's a couple other companies that, well, there's more than a couple, but there's a few other companies out there that sells blood. And I wanted to put my 2 cents in on making my own as well. But anyway, there you go, guys. There's the shininess of the guts and stuff, and the rib cage. Now that will stay shiny, and that's what I like about this product, is it's not going to dull at all. So if you can see his head right here, we're going to go ahead and put some on his head, and so you kind of see how it'll shine up on this. Now this stuff is fairly thick. So like I said, if you want to spray it through an air gun, you probably want to thin it down a little bit. But this would be good for like eyeballs and teeth and different stuff like that. Or if you want to put slobbers on a hanging down out of your mouth, and you want them to look wet, this would be a good product for that. So this says it's durable and it's flexible, but I have found out one thing. Now I'm going to do a retest on that. So anytime you do a product and you wanted to test it to the full thing, you want to keep testing on a product. If it fails on one product, you want to go through and find out, why did it fail? Did it fail because the product you put on it first didn't mix with this product? If you put this product straight towards, just say like a latex, if you put this straight on latex, will it be fine? Or will it be non-flexible? Will it be brittle? Will it flake off? So, there's a lot of trial and error whenever you start making this product. Not trying to discourage you or anything. By all means, do your thing if you want to try to make your own product. But be rest assured, it's going to cost you a small fortune, and a lot of time in testing these products. So don't give up on testing anything. Just keep at it and keep going until you find the right formulas in making stuff. Sometimes it's 50-50 mix. Sometimes it's a 70-40, 70-80, or 70-30. 70-40 might be a little off. You want to stay around that 100% mark. Do your 20% mixture with 80% of the other mixture. I don't want to give you a bunch of chemicals and you end up blowing yourself up or anything like that. So I don't want to do that. But it's just stuff you've got to experiment with, and just keep playing with it until you find out what your mixture is, and keep that in your mind and write that stuff down. That way you can know on the next, whenever you want to mix your own product and make your own product, you can. So there's our head. This is probably a bad example of doing this corpse, but I just wanted to show you. So now you can see the back of the head wasn't done. As we go towards the front, you can see how shiny it is. Now, me personally, I wouldn't do a full corpse in this stuff here because I don't think it looks good. But for this purpose, the experimental purpose with you guys, we're doing this corpse. Like I said, if I'm doing a corpse, I want his inner guts to be shiny, maybe his teeth to be shiny, or if he's got any slobs or anything hanging off his mouth or loose skin or something like that, I want them to be shiny. If I'm just doing it in general, I'll do a matte. I won't do like the skin, like, let me show you the skin. Yeah, we can show you the skin on the back of this. So if you can see the back of him, I would probably just use a matte to set your, your collar in and stuff like that. And that's the way I like doing, like it's kind of like dehydrated skin per se. I don't know if I'm explaining that well enough to you, but you kind of get the idea. So another thing I want to tell you guys about, let me read your comments real quick before I see if I'm missing anything. Hey, what's up, Norman? It is not enamel. It is a kind of acrylic base, but there's a lot more to as far as the clear goes. Now the clear and the bloods and stuff are two total different products. They're kind of in the same class, but they are different products. So, like I said, this clear has a smell to it. So make sure if you use it, if I put this on the market and you use it, use it in a well-ventilated area. But hopefully, I can find a better product for this, or a better mixture for this here, and be able to produce a better product. So I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to put this on the market. That's, like I said, it's still a testing agent, in the testing stages at the moment. And that's kind of what we're doing with this skeleton. It is fast drying. You don't have to add no hardeners to it. You just apply it and it'll dry probably, depending on the temperature, probably within 30 minutes or so. So it's pretty good stuff. It's just a little smelly. Now the bloods and stuff like that really don't have no smell to them. There. Smell that? Yeah. Don't really have that much of a smell to it. And it's pretty good stuff. And like I said, man, I wish you could see this like I see it. So this is the shiny stuff that I'm using, and this isn't. I know the light kind of kills it, but let's see. There we go. As you can see how just a little bit more shinier than this is. Okay, good. Yeah, the material activity, like I said, as far as my bloods and stuff go, you're pretty much good on that. I haven't really found anything that sucks about it. And the clear coat, of course, its downfall is it smells. It smells a little rough. It's not real bad, but it smells a little rough. So it's all in what you you want to get out of this. Now, I think there's other people, I think Dapper Cadaver sells some clear, some other people sell some clear stuff that's wet or something like that, they call it. And I think their stuff maybe, don't quote me because I'm not 100% sure, it may be water-based, and I don't think it has as much as smell as this stuff does. So with that being said, don't be afraid to put, if you make a product, do all your testing that you can. You know, put it on some paint. Put it on some flat paint. Doesn't work out on that. Put it on some latex. Try different styrofoam cups. I will tell you, I've learned this real quick. This does not go good in solo cups. It will melt the bottom of your solo cup. Just saying. So you know it's a little powerful. Plastic. Make sure you use plastic with this. It's all good. That's if I put this on the market, but I'm just saying if you mix your own things, you want to try styrofoam cups, try solo cups, try, you know, if you want to take this and you want to mix some colorants in it to make you some blood or something, play with it and go that route. So I think that would be pretty cool. That way you guys could, you know, if you want to make your own clear coat, if you want to make your own blood, you're not stuck buying high dollar stuff. You can make your product a little cheaper. You know, like I said, you can make your own stuff. You don't have to buy the dyes. You don't have to buy the bottles. You don't have to buy the marketing stickers and all that goody stuff in it. So you can save a few bucks going out. These stickers here, they cost me $2 a piece, and the bottles are probably about 30 cents a piece, something like that. So, you know, you got almost $3 just in the bottle. And by the time you mix it and all that good stuff, and you gotta, here's another thing. When you mix this stuff, make sure you mix up at least a 5-gallon bucket full of collars and one thing, so you have one batch. You know, you can make one batch. Or if you want to break your product down into gallons, then by all means, you know how much colorant to put into your base and all that stuff. So keep that stuff in mind. It's just little fun things to do. You will screw up. I think I have a 5-gallon bucket. Let me show you some of my screw ups here. That's fun. All right, so with this being said, this is one of my screw ups. So this is actually several screw ups. Hey, Body Geeks, what's up, bro? So this is with several screw ups, and what I did is all my screw ups I poured into a bucket. So this is kind of one of my blood mixtures. As you can see, it's kind of gelled on me. You know how thick that is? This has got paint in it too. So I've used a little bit of paint. It's got a little bit of everything in this. So this right here this little bucket is probably a quarter full, and this is probably about $400 worth of mistakes. Just so you know, it's not cheap making this stuff. But don't give up, keep trying. it's already dry. So, I mean, it dries quick. That's the beauty of it. Now, once it dries, the smell does dissipate a little bit. So, and the more it dries, you don't have to worry about it. Let me take it up here to show you. It's about 70 degrees here today in Alabama, so it's nice weather. That's good and dry. It dries really quick. That's the beauty of it. You know, a lot of us is in a hurry. We got to get shit done. We got to get it out of the way or whatever it may be. The wife's biting at her hind ends. Got to get home and feed the kids or whatever. It dries really quick. That's the beauty of this stuff. So, with that being said, you will probably see we'll be having a new product. I'm always saying a new product because I'm always making something. So our gloves should be available, hopefully, they will be available by March. I know that. They're still in the mixing stages and I'm still waiting on the website to come up. And the corpses I've done, the old corpses, I have probably about 30 skeletons, and I'm probably going to end up making the plastic skeletons I have into corpses, and I'm probably end up going to sell them for like dirt cheap. And the reason I'm doing that is I'm going away from these plastic skeletons from Home Depot. Not only they're kind of hard to find sometimes, I only use a certain kind of skeleton. I have upgraded my game with a 70-inch skeleton, so it's going to be almost as tall as me. I think I'm about 70. I'm 6'3", so I'm about 74 inches, something like that. So we're going to upgrade our skeletons 70 inches, and they're going to be a lot more durable. They're not going to be this real, cheap plastic. And they are made out of PVC, a real thick PVC, not pipe, but it's the same kind of ordeal. And we are going to corpse them a little different than these. So these are a different kind of corpse. I do like these. I like how the skin comes out on them. I like how how I did the corpses. But I'm going to up my game just a little bit, and we're going to a different skeleton, and it's going to be a heavier skeleton and hopefully more durable for use in a haunt industry and stuff like that, which will be fun. Let me see what I got here. I don't think this thing is keeping it. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at with this. I know it's kind of hard to say, hey, what y'all think of the clear coat, and this is all you're doing is seeing on video, which is kind of hard. But as far as the clear coat goes, like I said, it dries quick. Now, I wouldn't use it on a corpse application like this on any skin or anything like that. But like if you're doing just say you're going to mount a fish or a creepy fish like I have, maybe a zombie fish, I would probably coat that whole thing in this clear. And definitely the guts. I would definitely the guts in this clear. That way it'll make it shine and make it pretty looking. But me personally, like I said before, on the skin itself, I would make it a matte finish. That way it looks like your skin is basically drying up. And so here's the thing, if you ever seen a real corpse, most of your stuff is your skin turns to leather and it starts drying up and stuff like that. Your guts is what holds the most moisture in your body. So that's what's going to be wet and probably slimy. So that's where you're trying to go with that. Maybe on the eyeball a little bit. if you want to do that. Some slobbers if you want to do some slobbers. You can just go with it however you want to. It's real fun. Trying to figure out different stuff. AX42. Did you get it off of Amazon? I think the one, man, I don't even remember which one I got. I think the one I got, I couldn't even tell you. I paid like I think it was like $150 a skeleton. So, we got $30 skeletons, and I'm not saying that they look bad. I do love the looks of these, but whenever you start doing the hunt industry, everybody's going to see, oh, that's another Home Depot skeleton. So, I just want to upgrade my game a little bit. Now, like these here, I cut all the teeth out of them, and I put acrylic teeth in all of my skeletons. And I'm not sure how the PVC skeleton comes in, if it's going to have acrylic teeth, or if it's something that I can work with and I don't have to cut those out and use that. Let me show you an example. I think I have a skull here, a acrylic skull that I've been tinkering with. So here's some old PVC skulls I have, and you can see the teeth in there are pretty cool. So I probably won't have to do that. I can probably knock a couple of these out and make him however. But I've been peeling stuff off of it, just kind of seeing what it looks like underneath, because I didn't do these. My buddy did these, and I got them off of him. And I was just trying to see what I can and can't do with these skulls, which that's not a bad corpsing ordeal. It all depends on what you're going for, but that's not the way I would do it. So I've been just slowly, taking my utility knife and picking the stuff off of it, and it'll come off there. And eventually, when I'm bored, I'll just sit around and pick some of this stuff off. And eventually get him cleaned up, and I'll probably reset him, redo him, because it's just all set in there with foam. So. There, we got his lower jaw. And that's what I like about these. They look more realistic than the plastic skeletons. So. And it'll be easy to Dremel a tooth out, knock a tooth out, knock a tooth or two out here. Throw some of that clear stuff on there, and I think it'll be good. Hey, what's up, Berlina? Berlina, did you come in late? Daggone it. So, Berlina, if you guys are just not coming in, what we're working on is I'm showing everybody the new clear coat that I've been working on, that I'm trying to develop to make our thing shiny in the hunt industry. And since you're here, because I know you'll probably ask me 100 questions afterwards, but here's the clear coat that we put on our skelly. And this is just an experimental skelly. Don't do this to your skeleton, but we're just... mini farm life, yeah. I miss my animals, man. I had some goats and pigs and chickens and horses. But this is my experimental skelly. He stepped up to the plate, and we are putting clear coat on him. So this is only maybe 10 minutes old, and it dried within like probably 5, 6, 7 minutes or so. And this is the back. So you can see how it's a dull looking collar. And if we wanted to shine him up, well, the clear coat I got will shine him up. So that's what we're working on. And we did his ribs. We did some of the stomach. Yeah, that's Berlina also. This is the clear coat that I've been working on, and this is somebody else's clear coat, and this is my clear coat. So the clear coat I'm working on that I eventually I want to sell. Like I've been saying in the early of the video, we're still under experimental stages, so it does have a smell to it, so it's not going to be a water-based product. And then we got our bloods that's be coming out in March. So I got monster blood. I have monster snot. We also, this is kind of one of my favorites, Black Death. This is my Black Death. This shines up real nice when you put it on a product. We also, this is a no name at the moment, but this will be our pumpkin gut collar. So it's a pretty collar. And we're also going to come up with a graveyard dirt, and I think we also have a yellow. I think we're going to have like a brown, we're going to have a yellow, we're going to have some other stuff. Yes, these here are water-based. Yeah, these are water-based, so you're good with that. The only thing is the clear isn't. So that's the only bad thing about the clear. The good thing about the clear is, man, it is really, really clear. That's some of the best stuff you can buy. Like I said, it dries really fast too. Yeah, but against the only thing that's water based is the blood paints and stuff like that. The clear coat is not. So I probably should have put that on a label, but I can put that on the website that our stuff is water based on our bloods. Our clear coats is not water based. I'm hoping to get it that way at one point, but right now it's not. But I think the clear coat will definitely have its uses in the industry. It's just this might be something I need to sell a few of and get feedback from people. What did you use it on, and use it as a learning tool. What did you use your clear coat on? How did it work for you? That way, because if you get it out there in the market, is that one of the doors you've been working on? No. These ain't doors or nothing. They're just so what I'm trying to do is make a backdrop for whenever I shoot videos. Now all the videos I do shoot ain't going to be able to. You're not going to be able to see everything that I build or as far as with this backdrop. This backdrop's this section here is 4 foot section with the mummy in it. Is one I built for the haunt, and these panels here were for my zombies. Right now, I just stuck my zombies over there. I'm not sure if I'm going to put them in my backdrop or leave my corpses back there, or take the corpses down and put my zombies back there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. I might put my zombies there because they're just a little bit more colorant. I got some reds and blues and grays and stuff like that against the backdrop of this. but I can show you what I've been working on. So I've been working on a 30-foot facade. Of course, I'm just skinning right now. So if I can get back far enough. So this is what I'm working on. The new corpses will be standing inside of these, and I will have a light up inside there shining down on the corpses. So that's kind of what we got there. Right now, we only got 16 foot put together. Of course, I just put a man in there just kind of see. He's almost as tall as I am, so I just put him in there just to see how it's going to look. But that's kind of where we're at, and this will be covered in Synergy. I am going to now. This is just rough, so don't say, "Oh man, it looks like you got a gap," because I know we're these are just stowed up here for now. Once I get everything built, I will go through and I will put some trim on these here to help hold them together and make the top stick out a little bit, and then all that will. And so all that will be covered in Synergy. I got 4 more panels to make. Then actually, that's what I came over here to do today. Then I got sidetracked on the clear coat. But we have 32 foot of that, and we'll have 8 corpses total going inside of those. I'll probably have a couple outside. And yes, it is a lot of work sometimes. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at on that. And once I get off live, I'll tinker on that. And let's put you on charge here. So once I get off live, I'll tinker on that a little bit. And so you see my facade a little bit, what I've tried to build here so y'all can see. I got a little corpse hanging up there, which you probably never be able to see. So this is 16 foot. And of course I got some of my skeletons piled up there. Then I got some of my old props I used in my hunt, which I'm giving that to a friend of mine, and he's supposed to come and get all that. I've got all my plywood and stuff up there, and some more skellies over in a box. That's more skeletons. There's 12 more skeletons there. I got Frankenstein over there. I got stuff everywhere. So I figured instead of maybe that'll hold up there. So my whole game plan, hey, you're always crooked. I can't see you straight up here. You look like you're drunk. So my whole plan is to have a little bit of eye candy to look behind you, but not have so much stuff that it overpowers what I'm trying to, show you. If I'm making something and you see just shit laying everywhere in the background, it's like it just kind of kills the video. So I wanted something that y'all can look around and see, within the general area, of course. And, you can go that route. I think it'd just be better. But, yeah, let me know if you want to see these zombies in the background, or would you rather look at the corpses? Let me move one of these out, and I can show you the corpses versus the zombies. Let me move this out too. So I'll have it either way. You can sit there and look at nasty looking corpses or some cool looking corpses or cool looking zombies. Put them in the comments below what you want to see. Corpses or zombies. And maybe we'll just, every month or so, every couple months, we'll change it up and put something else there. But this mummy here is a Distortions piece. This is kind of one of my first pieces I bought from Distortions. I like Egyptian mummy stuff like that. And of course, I don't know if you can see this guy on the wall. Yeah, you can't see him. Okay. Anyway, I got a corpse on the wall there from Distortions, and I got another one up there. Let me just show you. Let's see. So we got, that's a Distortions piece, the corpse guy there, and that one up there is also a Distortions piece. I got another one on the wall way over there. There's a Distortions piece. Then I got some more Distortions pieces there. I got Crazy Christine, that is right there. Can't see her because it's turned around backwards. But yeah, I got all kinds of stuff, and upstairs I got a ton more stuff. But that's kind of what I'm tinkering with to see what I like and maybe what you guys like. And then also I have a couple lights will be coming up here. I put a couple lights up on this because my other ones got busted when we took these down. And I will have the flickering fire lights in there just to kind of give it a little bit more, I don't know, of an effect whenever you're watching me make something. It seems like everybody I know has some kind of backdrop, and I've never had a backdrop. Everything I did is kind of out in the open. Now, like when I'm making these big facades and stuff like that, I'll be cutting and drilling and stuff like that. Now you're going to see my whole crappy warehouse. So that I can't help, but smaller stuff like this, smaller products, I can bring over here and show you. Hey guys, check out this. This is what I discovered, or something like that. And you can kind of go with that. Oh my goodness. Thanks, Berlene. I appreciate it. Yeah, it is a lot of work. Danny, this does not yellow. This does not yellow. Thank God, because I don't want it yellow. I do have some yellowing stuff for teeth, but it's not this. It's a whole different product. So to make your if you want to make your teeth in your zombie or whatever, you want them to look kind of gnarly and yellowish and whatever, get you some alcohol inks, and you can use different colors alcohol inks. Get some yellow and just dab a little bit on it because it'll go a long ways. And you can put that in your teeth, and that'll make them look more natural for a corpse and whatnot. So I've got some somewhere. Cobwebs gave me some too, but I bought some too. But that stuff works really good. That's a good question. Have I ever left it in the sun to see how it yellows in the UV? Me personally, I have not left it in the sun. I know this product, what it's used for, so I know that it will not yellow in the sun. We'll just leave it at that without telling you what the product is. But yeah, it won't yellow in the sun. You're safe with that. I don't know if I got any other stuff back here to show you. Let's see what I got. Oh my goodness. Yes, there is. So some of the clear coatings that you guys will find out there, they will yellow or they will flake or chip or whatever. Um, Now, none of this stuff that you use is going to be 100% foolproof. I will tell you this: this is a little thick. It's a little thick. Um, it is really good stuff. Man, how do I explain it to you without giving everything away? I gotta have something that's for me. You know what I mean? Everything I do for you guys, I show you how the product I use, you know, how to do it and stuff like that. But I need something for me. So this product here will not yellow. It is very durable. It is waterproof, and it should hold up pretty good outside. I'm going to pretty much bet my money on it. Now, it also depends on what you're going to put it on. If you put it on a piece of foam, it probably ain't going to hold up. It probably ain't going to look good on a piece of foam, but I'm just saying. If you put it on this, now this here is just spray foam that I sprayed inside here and put this clear coat on. So once everything is set up and it's nice and hard, I don't think you'll have a problem once you if you do any kind of, you know, like great stuff foam. I think it'll be fine. The pricing, I think the bloods I'm using, paper mache. Hey, that might work. Berlina, I'm gonna have to get with you, Berlina, and send you a bottle and let you try and let me know, because I don't do paper mache, and that'd be interesting. I don't see why I wouldn't. That would probably hold up pretty good. Now it is kind of a hard coating, but it is kind of flexible. Well, it is a flexible clear. I've used it on a couple things, and let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay. So you all know that I use latex on this. Okay. All this is coated in latex and paint. Okay. I know I probably ain't going to have a problem with it flaking off this. And this is where I'm talking about trying different products. And let me show you what I mean. Oh, where'd it go? And then you hear somewhere, you got. Where'd you go? There you go. Whoopsie daisy. All right, so you see my cat. This is one of the corpse cat I did. This is some blood I put on and all that stuff. So here's the problem I had with my clear. Okay, this is really soft. Okay, see, it's really soft and flexible. Even the blood itself, perma blood and my blood, has a little bit of hard time staying on this. So what I did is I put some clear coat on it, top of the bloods, and this is what happened. See, it just flips off of there. That really discouraged me after that. Okay, so with that being said, here's what I mean about using two different products. So the first product is water-based. The second product is not water-based on top of that. Does that make a big difference? Well, obviously, if you're flaking, because you can see it's taking it all the way off down to the latex. But if you put the clear coat on latex itself, I haven't had a problem with it. So, and that's where we're painting our skeleton, which, okay, you're rigid. You're not going to be flexing a lot. Now this stuff is supposed to be fairly flexible. So we don't have that problem here. It was probably about 30 degrees when I applied that. Did the temperature have anything to do with it? So that's a lot of things that you got to keep in mind. Does the temperature play a part in any of your stuff hardening, or is it the different kind of materials, your base materials and stuff like that? Does that play a part into it? So that's a lot of things that you got to think about when you're making a product. And it's hard to think about everything. And that's where it's good to kind of get it out on the market and get a lot of feedback. Even if it's bad feedback, don't take it, they don't know what they're talking about. No, take it as a constructive criticism and be like, okay, it didn't work on this. It didn't work on paper mache. It didn't work on a rubber mat. It didn't work on whatever it may be. I mean, this will work on metal. I know it'll work on metal. But so it's a lot of things to keep in consideration on whenever you're developing a product, that people will find something that it will not work on, and that's okay. And if you get those kind of feedbacks, and you can do the experiment yourself. Oh, okay, they did just say paper mache. They did paper mache. It did not work. So what I would do is I would take I would make me some paper mache. I say, hey, how did you mix your paper mache? Did you use glues or did you buy it out of a store? And I would try to recreate the same situation. Then you want to try to do it in different temperatures. You want to do it in cold weather, 50 degrees, 30 degrees, 100 degrees, and just test it and see, if that has any brains on it, which we all know that most of us ain't going to be out in 30-degree weather testing a product or making paints or making corpses or whatever it is for Halloween, because it's too damn cold for that. So, but this stuff, as far as anything and everything, you know what? Let's do another test. So let's go find a latex mask and put it on a latex mask and see what happens. Because I have Pinto Clear on a latex mask. All right, let's find a mask. Right here. Okay, I'm back. All right, so we got this old hag. As you can see, the bloody drippage, or whatever you want to call it, is clear. The rest of it is dull. So let's experiment with this clear, and because this is an old nasty mask anyway, and see what happens. They're right here in front of me so y'all can see. So this may work, it may not. I have no clue, but we're gonna check it out here. Just kind of see what happens. Because I don't know if you guys make masks or whatever it is, or you're just trying to coat something to protect it. And I'm not sure what all this clear does. Like I said, this has been an experimental clear coat. Okay, so you see that, we got it cleared, partially down the face, the forehead. This side we didn't really do except for that stringy thing. So we're gonna let this dry, and we'll come back in a few minutes and see. We'll twist it and turn it and see what it does. Because I don't think I have put this clear coat on any latex. I mean, as far as a latex mask. Now, of course, we put it on the Skelly. And like I said, a rigid ordeal, I think you're fine. A mask, I'm not 100% sure because this is going to be the first time we try it. Oh, let me get back up here and see what y'all saying here. Yeah, it's gonna take a minute for y'all chat to come back up here. My computer's slow. Or my internet's slow, one or the other. But I'll come back up here in a minute. So, if you was here in the beginning, you saw how fast this stuff dried on the corpse. I mean, it's very, very fast drying. And so that's another good thing about that I like about the clear, is it dries fast. You don't need no hardener. You don't need none of that stuff. Ugh. Itching thing. Berlina, I don't really know anything about paper mache. I don't think I've ever paper mache anything. But in my feelings on a paper mache, if especially the clear coat, if it works on this stuff here, and it works on the other products that I've tested, I think you'll be fine with paper mache. Now, just if you're going to do pumpkins or something like that, paper mache pumpkins. Now your pumpkin's going to be like super shiny, just so you know. You can also use a resin, which you can use a 2-part resin if you want something really durable for outside or whatever. You can use a 2-part resin. But like I said, not everything is foolproof. Just like my poor kitty cat's guts, So my experiment with this is I'm going to do another. I will be doing another gut set, and I'll try a different kind of blood or paint or something like that, and seeing how I can paint this. And I might end up painting a little bit up here since it's 70 degrees, and just seeing, let's just do it now. Just see if it's going to end up cracking again since it's 70 degrees. So we put this clear on here when it was cold. Let's see if it makes any difference. And if it cracks again, it's okay. It ain't gonna hurt it. I don't mind experimenting with stuff, so you guys don't have to. You kind of know what you can and can't use. And if it saves you all $1 or $2, that's the whole goal. And it ain't gonna cost a fortune. And of course, you gotta have your sun kissed. That's a good question, Body Geeks. I'll also be having another product come out. Like I said, this is an experimental stage, the clear. The bloods and everything's pretty much a go. And I have another product that's basically a paste, and the paste you can use. It's not a thick paste; it's a thinner paste. But basically you can use it on like your boots, and they don't have to worry about it coming off your clothes or your boots. And it's a real texture, and it just gives you uh, another texture to play with. I think it'd be cool. That stuff's almost dry. So I hope you guys had a good New Year's and a good Christmas, and hopefully 2023 will be very prosperous for you guys. And hopefully that I'll have all this stuff made before March, which is uh, coming up in a couple months. Insulation drywall. What? Yeah, they make that paper mache glue stuff, man, out of just about anything. I've never used it. I've never heard of using drywall paste or anything like that either. I mean, I guess it would work. Throw it in some water and add your paper and go to town. I ain't got time for that. That stuff takes forever to dry. I ain't got time for that. Now, there's some lady, I think she's on TikTok. I don't remember her name, that does these pumpkins, just huge freaking pumpkins. And she does a lot of paper mache. Man, her stuff looks beautiful. She does an excellent job. And I can't think of her name. I've watched her a couple times making her pumpkins and stuff, but she does a real good job. Now, the good thing about paper mache, if you want to make a horn or something curly or curvy, man, you can just go ahead and shape it right into place and go on. Versus if you did something out of foam or something like that, then you'd have to make a mold and all that crap, and end up costing you a fortune to make one horn or something. So that would be, I can see the benefits of paper mache. I ain't got nothing against it. I just ain't never used it. I don't know if I can get this top of the skull here. No, I might be able to. So we're just kind of piddling right now until that mask dries, and I can show you on that mask as far as how the clear coat will react on that. Cement clay, good gracious. Type on to. I mean, that stuff's almost dry. It's very dry. It's not sticky to my fingers. Okay. It's still just a little bit wet. We want it to dry completely as much as possible, because we're going to be bending this mask, and we're going to bend it really good to see if this stuff is going to crumb up like the guts in this tail. This is a little bit wet. I can already tell the difference in on the gut pile itself. I can already tell the difference that whenever I started messing with it, it didn't act like it was going to flake off like the bottom of it did. So the temperature, I'm sure, has a huge factor in it. And we're about to find out here in a few seconds or so. Titebond 3. I've used Titebond, I think Titebond 2. I think I got some somewhere. I've used it on a few things. I ain't used a lot of it, but this cork looks really shiny. It's doing pretty good. So we might be onto something. Might be onto something. Okay, there's our clear coat on our witch's head, a latex mask. You can see it already had some clear coat of something on there already. I'm not sure what it is. It's not my mask, but I mean, it is my mask, but I didn't make it. So anyway, let's squeeze this thing. I don't know how well you can see, but we twisted her up. This is the drip I had. But you can see it, we might be onto something here. So it could have been the weather factor on this here. I don't know if I'm going to Florida. I haven't heard anything if they're still doing it or what's going on. So I have no clue. I haven't paid any attention or got any updates on anything. I'd like to go. See, Marsh? Yeah, I'd like to go down there and do a little setup with the guys. And even if I don't do a setup, I'd like to go down and help out or do something with them. It'd be awesome. All right. So there's the clear coat we put on this gut. Okay. Okay, I see what it is. Okay. So on the paint itself, on this here, the paint itself, there is a little reaction with the paint, and the clear coat is not mixing like it should. You can see it. It's not cracking completely, but the blood stuff is itself. That's a permablood. So anyway, it's a little experimental we did with that. So we know probably not to mix the clear on permablood, or it comes off in flakes. And our witch's head again, the clear. Versus non-clear. So I think we might be onto something here, and maybe I'll also play with some colorants. to maybe give it like a translucent color to some of the clear that we can use on other products. I don't know. We'll just play with it and see. But this might be worth putting on the market. These will probably be running around $29, so it's not going to be cheap for 8 ounces. So $29 for 8 ounces of this. And I think I had these at $15.50, $15. I can't remember, but I will go back and double check all that. Then maybe we'll just do a review on all of these one day. I'll squirt everything out on a white palette so you can kind of see what color they are, what it looks like when it's wet, what it looks like when it's dry, and go from there. That way you can kind of get the overall ordeal of, is that product for me or is it not? That way, I mean, I know $15 is $15 and it's not very much money to buy something, but whenever most hunters is on a budget, kind of like me, when you're on a budget, $15 can make your break. Well, not make your break you, but $15 you spend $15 on just say you bought this for $15. Okay, so you had to send me a message. You bought it. It takes 3 or 4 days to get it shipped to you before it gets to your house, as long as UPS and them don't screw something up. Then when you try it, it dries and blah blah blah. Well, then you find that's not the product for you. Well, you just kind of blew a week and $15. So that's the only sucky thing about anything. And I'd rather do that for you. So that's why I do a lot of testing with the products that I do sell and make. That way I kind of know what it's good for or what it's not good for. I'm not going to know everything because you guys are freaking nuts. You'll put it on a sandwich and say, hey, it's not working right. So, it's just kind of one of those things that I'm not going to be able to know what it is going to be good on every product or not. So this here, my Bloods, I wanted to make sure it was okay for clothing. I have put this on my face. I don't recommend it and don't eat it. I have put this on my face and I put it on my arm. So I've used it like in a little bit of a, the FX stuff that, or SFX or FX, or it's one of the X's that you put on your skin and make your blood and gashes and stuff like that on your skin. So I did that with that, and I have no reaction to it, but please don't, if you guys got sensitive skin, don't put it on your skin. I'm just saying that it didn't bother me. And I'm not going to taste it, so I ain't tasting that stuff. If you want to taste it, let me know. Go for it. I'm not going to taste it for you. Thanks, Mighty Geeks. Appreciate it. It's probably going to be like anything else. A lot of it's going to be trial and error. What we can do is we'll set this up. We'll put it up somewhere, and we'll let it sit a year because it's all a new product to me. I can't tell you what this does in 6 months. I can't tell you what it's going to do in a year. The only thing I can tell you from the research that I've done, the product that this is that it is pretty flexible. It's durable. It's non-yellowing. But for our purposes, latex, whatever we decide to put it on, could be a whole different story. So we're going to set this bad boy up. Let's put it up here somewhere. And if you guys see me take it down, holler at me. Now, of course, it's not going to be outside because we know latex is going to break down outside. I got proof of that because a lot of stuff I have that's latex, but latex from distortion and stuff like that, it will break down over time. So we got the old Hag up there. So as long as we don't, as long as we don't change everything, we'll just keep old Hag around. And next January, we'll take it down and we'll test it. Now, it might do pretty good or it might completely disintegrate. We don't know. But I think it'd be a cool little experiment, year-long experimental on some of these products. I think it'll be fine though. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, I think it'll be pretty good. Experiment with different things. I don't know anybody. I don't know if anybody that uses this product in this industry, the hunt industry. I could be wrong, but I figured I'd try it and see how it works. Like I said, this stuff isn't very expensive. And if it works real good, then we're set. And it's hard to find a bottle of clear that you don't have to add some kind of hardener to. So that's kind of hard. Because most of it's either you got to add like an epoxy. You got to add, it's got a part A and a part B, or if you use other stuff, and it ends up being a white creamy color, and that's what I don't want. I don't want to use a white creamy color. I want to use a crystal clear color as well. It's not a color because it's crystal clear, but a crystal clear product as much as possible. So we're gonna find out. So we got a year-long project up here. Oh, let me see what it said there. Left me too quick. Well, get with me whenever you get your shop going on, and I'll help you if you want to make these products. If you want to gear towards your own blood to sell, just let me know, man. I'll help you go through some of that. And I have been working on this for like 2 years, so I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on it, and I think I found a formula for me that works. Not saying that I'm done with this product because I always want to make it better. But get with me. I can share some of my secrets with you if you want to develop your own product or something like that. I don't want to get it out there very much and people be like, I ain't buying his crap. I'll just make my own. So, we all got to have some little thing that we'd like to do that's kind of like our secret. But yeah, if you want to do something like that, I can help you through it and let you know the trials and tribulations I went through. That way, you're not spending thousands and thousands of dollars on different products and what mixes with what and why and how come. And then you're like, crap, man, this was a good idea. This was perfect, and it didn't turn out. So I can help you through some of that. Once you get shop up, hit me up again for sure. I don't mind helping you out. Oh, no worries. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know the hunt industries can be pretty tight. Yeah, if you're trying to do something for your haunts, still reach out, man. I'll help you out. I'll help you out with something. I can tell you, I know a lot of people use like clear glue and stuff like that. Uh, I mean, it's okay, but I mean, it's like everything in the haunt industry. Each product has its place. I like the clear goo because it has a thick base. And let me. I got some clear glue. I got some clear glue blood. Hold on a second. Let me find it. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. If I can find it. Okay, this stuff here is pretty much for kids, so they make it kind of, if they stick it in their mouth, it's not going to hurt them. So with that being said, I do like the thickness of the clear glue. Let's put it up here. The good thing about the clear goo, I'm going to call it the clear goo, is that it's thick. And you can almost use just about anything to color it with. And it looks fairly good. The only problem with this is once it dries, it will peel right up and float away, or it'll end up like this. So it's not a permanent solution. So although you can use it, it's just not a permanent solution. And I'm looking for a permanent solution. Another thing with this stuff is do not use a heat gun on it to help dry it. It will end up being dull, it'll crinkle and stuff like that. Let it dry naturally. And I think I'm not knocking it. I'm just telling you the things that I've used it, that's why I still have over a half a gallon of it, is because I don't have no use for it. Now, if you've got clear glue and it's nice and thick, figure out what you can put in the clear glue other than just colorant. What can it be? Some kind of a clear coating, like polyurethane. Can you mix polyurethane in your clear glue? Polyacrylic. Just experiment with this. Make sure you have a fire extinguisher just in case. I don't think it'll burn, but just in case, if your mixture or whatever ends up being wacky crazy. So this is probably going to be a lot of water-based in your Elmer glue. So try to find water-based stuff that you can mix with this. Not saying that it will always work, but just tinker with it. This stuff here, I don't know how much Elmer's glue is a gallon, but it'd probably be cheap enough to experiment with it. Get you a quart of polyacrylic or something like that. Do a 50-50 mixture. Then add your colorant to it. And this is where it gets a little weird too. Some of your colorants do not use like alcohol base with water base or vice versa. So keep all that stuff in mind. You want to try to stay with water base, if all possible. Or you get the idea. And that way you can experiment on trying to make your own product. Even I heard that PVC glue was in the wet state. Yeah. But I probably wouldn't use PVC glue unless you're using on PVC pipe. But anyway, I think these are fun things to play with, you know. And clear glue it would be a cheap thing, or even white glue would be a cheap thing to start experimenting with if you want to make your own product. I will tell you, there is no clear glue in this product. Okay. But that would be a good starter, is using clear glue and seeing if you can find you the right mixture ratio to make your own glue if you want to use it in your haunt. You know, get it to where it dries, where it'll stay. Maybe it don't have to be permanent, but where it at least stay for the season or every couple weeks if it's outside or whatever. And you just touch it up. I think it's fun. So, you know, it doesn't look too bad. Oops, it's dripping. But yeah, that's a fun thing to do. And you can use watercolors, you can use dyes, you can use paints or whatever with Elmer's glue, which I don't know. I can sit here and tell you 100 things, but until you start playing with and experimenting with your Elmer's glue or whatever it is you're going to experiment with, you know, it's fun to do. And with the Elmer's glue, it's nice and thick, so you got a nice thick body. So whenever you want to put it in your hand and throw it and splatter your blood, that'd be pretty cool. Oh my goodness sakes. Yeah, I will let you in a little secret. I have used PermaBlood on some of my props, and I had it outdoors. And for the season of maybe 2 months, it didn't hold up either. I mean, the base held up, but the color went away. The color turned yellow, and man, I thought I didn't bring the head. When I find the head, I'll bring it over. Maybe I will go over that too, and I can show you where the colorant disappeared in the PermaBlood. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking PermaBlood because nothing is really foolproof. I'm just telling you that don't be discouraged if something like that happens to a product that you make and stuff like that. Just, you know, go on and try to make it better. Anyway, guys, I hope this little segment of our clear, I hope this little segment of this clear tutorial that I showed you, well, it's not a really tutorial, but showing you that it goes on our corpse pretty good. And we've also put it on a couple other things. We put it on our creepy witch mask, and we put it on our gut pile. And like I said, on our gut pile, the first section of it was when we did it cold. And the second section is when we did it warm. But it didn't turn out like I wanted it to. And I'm not sure why. I will get to the bottom of it and let you know. So, that being said, guys, I think we're going to head off here. I'm going to go grab me some grub. If you guys have any questions, hit me up. I don't mind answering, unless it's about my mixtures. I'm going to keep that secret for now. But I will help you if you really need to know something and you need something bad and quick, and I'll help you. I don't mind. All right, guys, we appreciate you watching. Don't forget to go check out my trio of brothers, David the Weird Kid Show, Keith at Cobwebs and Candlesticks. We're always tearing something up, making something. Anyway, we love you guys. Be safe, and we'll see you on the next one. Maybe we'll come back after a while. I don't know.